lights the flame by the porch where she still prays his name. The war took her love, left her hollow inside, but she keeps the lantern burning, a never-fading guide. Neighbors whisper he'll never come home, but her faith builds a fire where the cold winds roam. A lonely beacon in the dead of night. Her heart is a lantern, her soul is a light. She remembers the laughter, the vows they made, the ring on her finger, the price they paid. Every knock on the door makes her heart still race, but it's silence that lingers in that empty space. The rocking chair creaks as the candles burn low. Her tears fall steady, but her courage still grows. For love is a soldier that never will fade. Even death can't conquer the bond they made. She holds the flame, though the night feels long. Her lantern a prayer, her sorrow a song. The widow's lantern shines through the storm, a fire for the broken, a hope to keep warm. Though he won't return from the battles he braved, his love in the lantern keeps her soul safe. Years may pass, but she waits the same. Every spark in the glass still whispers his name. Children groan, yet they see her stand by the porch with a lantern in her fragile hand. She's not waiting for footsteps nor shadows to show. It's the promise of love she refuses to let go. And when her own journey reaches its end, that lantern will guide her back to him again. She holds the flame, though the night feels long. Her lantern a prayer, her sorrow a song. The widow's lantern shines through the storm, a fire for the broken, a hope to keep warm. Though he won't return from the battles he braved, his love in the lantern keeps her soul safe. Burn forever in heaven's domain. The widow's lantern shines through the storm, a fire for the broken, a hope to keep warm. Though he won't return from the battles he braves, his love in the lantern keeps her soul safe. down by the river where the willows weep. I hear the voices of the ones I keep. The soil holds stories carved deep in stone, but the current reminds me I'm never alone. And crosses leaning, names etched with care. I feel the whispers drift through the air. The water runs heavy, carrying their song, a hymn for the broken, for where I belong. My father lies where the banks run wide. My mother's tears are the river's tide. Brothers and sisters in the ground they rest, but their echoes still beat within my chest. I kneel in the silence, the earth feels warm. The river's embrace, a gentle storm. Though graves may hold what time can't defend, the river remembers, it knows no end. The current speaks, the stones reply, no soul is gone beneath this sky. Grazed by the riverbend, calling me near. The voices in the water are crystal clear. Though death has claimed them, I still hear their hymn. The river runs on, and it carries them in. I trace the names with my withered hand. Each letter a kingdom, each word a stand. The river reflects what the heart won't hide. Love never drowns, it just changes its side. And when my own journey comes to its close, lay me down where the wild grass grows, by the bend of the river where memories blend with the graves of my kin. I'll find my end. The current speaks, the stones reply, no soul is gone beneath this sky. Grazed by the riverbend, calling me near. Their voices in the water are crystal clear. Though death has claimed them, I still hear their hymn. The river runs on, and it carries them in. Water like blood, flowing deep through the years, washing away but holding the tears. The river remembers what time can't erase. It binds us together in its endless embrace. Grazed by the riverbend, calling me near. The voices in the water are crystal clear. Though death has claimed them, I still hear their hymn. The river runs on, and it carries them in. I was weathered by years, carved deep by the rain. a soul full of silence, a heart marked by pain. And I met a woman, just 25 years. Chloe was her name. She silenced my fears. Her laughter was younger, her eyes burned so free, but she saw through the ashes still burning in me. Though the world whispered, though they condemned, I found in her presence a reason again. The lines on my face, the scars that I keep, couldn't hide from the love that woke me from sleep. Her touch was a river, her voice was a flame. Chloe, forever I'll call out your name. The townsfolk may whisper, the night may divide, but love has no measure, no age and no pride. For in her I found what time couldn't take, the song of my soul, the fire I make. Let them judge, let them say what they will. Love like this rises, unbroken still. Chloe, my Chloe, you lifted my soul, turned ashes to embers, made this old heart whole. Though the road may be rugged, though the world may not see, you're the flame that still burns in the ashes of me. Now the mirror shows lines, but my heart beats young. For every song I've written is the song we've sung. And if the night falls before morning breaks, Chloe, it's you I'll take to the gates. You gave me a reason, you gave me a name. Chloe, my darling, my soul's brightest flame. Through whispers and shadows, through sorrow and sin, you are the battle I'll always fight to win. Let them judge, let them say what they will. Love like this rises, unbroken still. Chloe, my Chloe, you lifted my soul, turned ashes to embers, made this old heart whole. Though the road may be rugged, though the world may not see, you're the flame that still burns in the ashes of me. Whisper your name where forever begins. Chloe, oh Chloe, the truth I still keep. You woke me to love from an endless sleep. Chloe, my Chloe, you lifted my soul, turned ashes to embers, made this old heart whole. Though the road may be rugged, watched your hands grow weaker, your voice fade away, but I never spoke the words I rehearsed every day. I thought there'd be time, thought tomorrow would stay. Now silence is louder than anything I pray. The chair by the fire still holds your shade. The echoes of laughter I cannot escape, but the heaviest weight, the stone in my chest, all the words I never spoke, the love unconfessed. I remember the nights you worked till dawn, your calloused hands built the life I live on. You never complained, though the burden was tall. I should have said thank you, I should have said it all. Now the grave is a mirror reflecting my shame, carved in the stone, just your weathered name. But deeper than loss, what I can't erase are the words I held back, the time I misplaced. And I wonder if you knew, though I never confessed, that my silence was love, just poorly expressed. The words I never said still haunt my soul, echoes in the night where the shadows grow cold. I'd give all my years for just one more day to tell you I loved you before you slipped away. Now I speak to the wind, I kneel by your stone, hoping somehow the message has already flown, that a son loved his father more than he knew, that the words left unspoken were still carved in truth. And though I can't change what the silence has cost, I'll honor your name till my own breath is lost. For love doesn't die, though the moment has fled, it survives in the words I never said. And I wonder if you knew, though I never confessed, that my silence was love, just poorly expressed. The words I never said still haunt my soul, echoes in the night where the shadows grow cold. I'd give all my years for just one more day to tell you I loved you before you slipped away. They burn like a fire, they're making me whole. I'll carry your spirit wherever I tread, living out the love in the words I never said. I walked through the doorway, the hinges still cried. Dust on the floor where the memories hide. Frames on the wall, faces faded with time, but their eyes still burn like embers in mine. Every smile captured, every tear unsaid, 1,000 lives frozen but never dead. And as I touched the glass with my trembling hand, I felt the weight of stories I couldn't withstand. I saw my reflection in a photograph's gaze, a stranger yet someone I'd known for days. Their laughter echoed in the hollowed room, a choir of ghosts in the silent gloom. Every picture a mirror, every shadow a plea, reminding me who I was, who I swore I'd be. And though the house is broken, the walls decay, their presence remains in the lives they portray. The silence speaks louder than words ever could. The pictures remind me of all that I should. In the house of silent pictures, I see myself there, in the faces of strangers, in the weight that they bear. They whisper, you're not alone, your scars are the same. Every soul in the silence still calls out my name. I saw a child running in the corner of the frame, a mother who prayed, a father with shame. I saw the lovers, I saw the betrayed, I saw the choices, the prices we paid. And it struck me like lightning, it burned like fire. We are all the same story, the same desire. The house holds our laughter, our sorrow, our fears. The pictures are windows to all of our years. The silence speaks louder than words ever could. The pictures remind me of all that I should. In the house of silent pictures, I see myself there, in the faces of strangers, in the weight that they bear. They whisper, you're not alone, your scars are the same. Every soul in the silence still calls out my name. And if one day you walk through these halls and the silence still echoes inside the walls, remember the faces, remember the flame. We all live forever in the power of a name. In the house of silent pictures, I see myself there, in the faces of strangers, in the weight that they bear. They whisper, you're not alone, your scars are the same. Every soul in the silence still calls out my name. line, black as my past. Every step that I take, he follows it last. I try to outrun him through deserts and rain, but his wings spread wide over all of my pain. His cry is a warning, his shadow a mark, a whisper of battles that called out the dark. And though I cursed him, I could not break free. The crow and the silence still followed me. At night by the fire, his eyes caught the flame, reflecting the sorrow I dared not name. I thought he was dead, I thought he was doomed, but he carried my memories through every room. Each loss that I buried, each scar I concealed, the crow was a keeper, the truth he revealed. And though I feared him, he taught me to see that the strength I had left still lived in me. He is not the end, he is what remains, the echo of love, the shadow of pain. The crow that followed me, black wings unfold, a mirror of sorrow, a story retold. Not death, not destruction, but memory's flame. The crow that followed me whispers my name. Empty road, I don't curse the burden, I carry the load. For every dark feather, a lesson was sown, and the crow reminds me I'm never alone. He perches in silence, but I understand he's the weight of the past that made me a man. And when my last sunset falls into the sea, the crow will still follow and set me free. He is not the end, he is what remains, the echo of love, the shadow of pain. The crow that followed me, black wings unfold, a mirror of sorrow, a story retold. Not death, not destruction, but memory's flame. The crow that followed me whispers my name. Don't turn away, he's the proof you survived, the price you still pay. The crow is a witness, not a curse to flee. He sings in the silence, he sings of me. The crow that followed me, black wings unfold, a mirror of sorrow, a story retold. Not death, not destruction, but memory's flame. The crow through the valley, dust on my boots. The sky was a tomb and the silence spoke truth. I found a chapel, broken no bells, but the walls whispered prayers that the years couldn't quell. The altar was shattered, the windows were blind, but I felt the echo of faith left behind. Candles long dead, but the ashes still warm. I heard a sermon in the hush of the storm, and in the quiet I heard my soul. Not from the preacher, but from the cold. No bells ringing, but the silence calls. A hymn is rising from broken walls. The chapel without bells still knows when I'm in silence, burns louder than holy flames. Its silence burns louder than holy flames. I laid down my burdens, my sins on the floor, and the ghosts of the faithful opened the door. No choir, no organ, but I understood. Sometimes the silence can sound more like God. And in the quiet, I heard my soul. Not from the preacher, but from the cold. No bells are ringing, but the silence calls. A hymn is rising from broken walls. The chapel without bells still knows a mind. Its silence burns louder than holy flames. Its silence burns louder than holy flames. I thought faith was gone, buried in dust, but the chapel taught me in silence to trust. No sound, no sermon, just shadows that stay. Sometimes God whispers the loudest that way. No bells are ringing, but the silence calls. A hymn is rising from broken walls. The chapel without bells still knows my night, and in its silence I'll never be the same. And in its silence I'll never be the same. The sun bleeds red across the broken land. Dust on my boots, scars carved in my hand. I buried brothers where the wild wind cries, and I still see their shadows in the desert skies. Every mile I've ridden, every trail I've burned, the lessons of sorrow were the only ones learned. whispers my name. Once I was young with a fire in my chest, fought for honor, for pride, and the sins I confessed. But the years made me older, carved stone from my soul, left me broken yet standing, though I'll never be whole. The ghosts of my past ride alongside my steed. They ask me of mercy, they ask what I need, but mercy's a stranger in time zone, forgiven. Still I ride toward the edge where the night meets the heaven. Every scar is a scripture, every tear is a flame. I am branded by sorrow, but I carry no shame. Blood on the horizon, painting my sins, a storm in the distance where the darkness begins. I've lost and I've broken, I've wandered alone, but the blood on the horizon still calls me back home. The campfires are ashes, the whiskey is gone, but the song of redemption keeps dragging me on. Through battles and burdens, through dust and despair, I found I was stronger for the weight I still bear. The sky turns to crimson, the past to a brand, but hope is a weapon still here in my hand. Though the night comes for me, I won't bow, I won't bend, for the blood on the horizon means this ain't the end. Every scar is a scripture, every tear is a flame. I am branded by sorrow, but I carry no shame. Blood on the horizon, painting my sins, a storm in the distance where the darkness begins. I've lost and I've broken, I've wandered alone, but the blood on the horizon still calls me back home. If tomorrow don't find me, let the sky be my grave. Let the wind write my story on the dust I once brave. For the man that I was is the man I remain, carved into the horizon in fire and in pain. Blood on the horizon, painting my sins, a storm in the distance where the darkness begins. I've lost and I've broken, I've wandered alone, but the blood on the horizon still calls me back home. It calls me back home. There's a chair by the window where the sunlight fades, where an old man sits counting the choices he made. The world rushes on, but his gaze holds still, watching the seasons bend to God's will. He remembers the laughter, the storms, the rain, the love that he lost, the lessons from pain. Every wrinkle a story, every scar a flame. And yet through the silence he feels no shame. The children are grown, they walk their own roads. He gave them his youth, he carried their loads. Now he sits in the twilight, his hands worn thin, but his heart still beats with the fire within. Through the glass he sees more than the street. He sees victories, failures, the bitter, the sweet. The chair holds his body, but the window shows more. The years he has lived and the life he's still for. The window reflects not just what has been, but the man he became through the battles within. The chair by the window, where memories stay, a witness to sorrow, to hope, to decay. He whispers to time, you can't steal my flame, for I lived through it all, and I do it again. He sees the ghost of his lover in the glass of the pane, her smile still shining through years of pain. He hears the echoes of footsteps, the sound of the door, and though the house is empty, he feels her once more. The world thinks he's waiting for death's quiet hand, but he's living each moment the best that he can. For the chair by the window is not where life ends, it's where stories begin and eternity bends. The window reflects not just what has been, but the man he became through the battles within. The chair by the window, where memories stay, a witness to sorrow, to hope, to decay. He whispers to time, you can't steal my flame, for I lived through it all, and I do it again. He won't say goodbye, for the stories he carried will never grow dim. They'll live in the hearts of those born of him. The chair by the window, where memories stay, a witness to sorrow, to hope, to decay. Whispers to time, you can't steal my flame, for I lived through it all, and I do it again. found a violin burned. His body was scarred, strings frayed and broken, its surface marred. It looked like a relic, forgotten, betrayed. But I held it gently, and the music still played. The notes were not perfect, they wavered, they cried, but they carried the weight of the tears I denied. Each scratch was a story, each dent was a hymn, and the soul of the broken still sang deep within. I saw in that violin the mirror of me, a life full of fractures yet longing to be free. The world made it scarred, what it deems too flawed, but the scars still carry the fingerprints of God. Its voice was more human than any I'd known. It trembled and bled, but it stood on its own. And I knew in its music, though battered and thin, there's beauty eternal in the scarred violin. It's not in perfection, but in struggle we find the songs that can heal both the heart and the mind. The scarred violin, with its broken strings, still carries the sorrow, the hope that it brings. Its song is a witness, its melody true, a hymn for the broken, for me and for you. And when I played softly, the room came alive with echoes of heartbeats still survive. For every wound leaves a music behind, a voice in the silence, a map through the blind. And I swear in that moment I finally knew that the scars we carry can make us new. The violin whispered through sorrow and sin, there's power and beauty in what's been within. It's not in perfection, but in struggle we find the songs that can heal both the heart and the mind. The scarred violin, with its broken strings, still carries the sorrow, the hope that it brings. Its song is a witness, its melody true, a hymn for the broken, for me and for you. Shattered, don't hide what you are. Your cracks are the canvas, your pain is the star. For even in ruins, a song can begin, like the haunting refrain of the scarred violin. The scarred violin, with its broken strings, still carries the sorrow, the hope that it brings. Its song is a witness, its melody true, a hymn for the broken, for me and for you. In the dust of the attic, beneath beams of decay, I found old letters their ink fading away. Voices of strangers, but somehow my own. Stories of love and of seeds never sown. One spoke of heartbreak, another a war. One prayed for mercy, one longed for more. And though time had buried the hands that wrote, their words lit a fire in the soul they spoke. Of a mother who sang through her pain, of a child who dreamed beyond hunger and rain, a soldier who promised he'd come back one day, a widow who whispered the price she must pay. Each page was a mirror, each tear was mine, binding my story to theirs through time. The attic grew warmer with every line, the letters reminded me life intertwines. They may be gone, but their voices remain, carved into paper in sorrow and flame. Letters in the attic, they call out to me through whispers of ages, through what I can't see. Their ink may be fading, their hands may be still, but their stories remind me we all share the will. And I wondered who'd read of the life that I've known, when my own letters lie silent, when my seeds are sown. Would they see my regrets? Would they feel my pride? Would they hear the truth I could never hide? For these letters remind me we're never alone. Our words are the bridges that time has shown. The attic may crumble, the roof may fall, but the letters will carry the lives of us all. They may be gone, but their voices remain, carved into paper in sorrow and flame. Letters in the attic, they call out to me through whispers of ages, through what I can't see. Their ink may be fading, their hands may be still, but their stories remind me we all share the will. Down your truth, let it bleed from your hand, for someday your words will help others stand. The attic remembers, though voices grow dim, every letter's a lantern that never burns thin. Letters in the attic, they call out to me through whispers of ages, through what I can't see. Their ink may be fading, their hands may be still, but their stories remind me we all share the will. I walk through the wasteland, the sun burning high. No shelter, no mercy, just an endless sky. My lips cracked with silence, my shadow grew thin, but the desert kept whispering the places I'd been. Each grain of sand, like a story untold, each dune a reminder of battles I hold. I thought I was lost, but the wind made it clear. The desert remembers, it's why I am here. I heard in the howling the voices I knew, brothers long gone, lovers faded too. Their echoes surrounded, not curses, not blame, but proof that the desert still carried my name. I am not forgotten, though I stand alone. The desert has carved me into its stone. The desert knows my name. In the silence it speaks, through the sun on my back, through the nights I grew weak. It carries my scars, it remembers my pain, but it tells me I've risen again and again. When the storms rolled in and the sky turned black, I feared there was no way of finding the track. But the thunder said, son, you are not undone. The desert holds all who refuse to run. And I realized then, in that harsh sacred land, I was never abandoned. I was held by his hand. Though my journey is fragile, my flesh may decay, the desert will speak of me long past today. I am not forgotten, though I stand alone. The desert has carved me into its stone. The desert knows my name. In the silence it speaks, through the sun on my back, through the nights I grew weak. It carries my scars, it remembers my pain, but it tells me I've risen again and again. And the night steals a breath I have left to stay. The desert will whisper, not ashes, not shame, but a hymn everlasting that carries my name. The desert knows my name. In the silence it speaks, through the sun on my back, through the nights I grew weak. It carries my scars, it remembers my pain, but it tells me I've risen again and again. Oh, 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 oh. city was a prison, walls of steel and stone, crowds all around me, yet I felt alone. The lights burned hollow, the nights had no stars, dreams turned to ashes in the smoke of the cars. I called it a desert, a wasteland of gray, no river of hope, just a price I must pay. So I packed up my sorrow, my boots worn and torn, and headed back home to the land I was born. Now the air smells like freedom, like hay after rain. The sound of the meadow heals years of pain. The wind sings through fences, the church bells still ring, and silence feels sacred, a holy thing. I traded the towers for fields of gold, traded the rush for the stories once told. Here in the dirt, my soul understands. Back to the fields, I'm a free man again. The stones of the city could never conceal the heart of a man who was born to feel. Back to the fields, where the rivers still flow, where the night showed the stars that I used to know. The city tried breaking the fire in me, but the fields gave me back who I'm meant to be. I walk past the fences where my father once stood. I hear my own footsteps echo through the wood. The land may be humble, but the soil is mine. It gave me a purpose, it gave me a sign. The desert of stones couldn't water my soul, but the fields hold the secrets that make a man whole. And when my last journey has come to its end, lay me in the fields with the sky as my friend. The stones of the city could never conceal the heart of a man who was born to feel. Back to the fields, where the rivers still flow, where the night showed the stars that I used to know. The city tried breaking the fire in me, but the fields gave me back who I'm meant to be. If you've been lost in a desert of stone, remember the fields will still call you home. The soil never judges, the sky never lies. The fields hold redemption beneath open sky. Back to the fields, where the rivers still flow, where the night show the stars that I used to know. city tried breaking the fire in me, but the fields gave me back who I'm meant to be. I chase the gold, I chase the flame, build a kingdom of shadows, build a hollow name. Every step I climb left someone behind, but the crown that I wanted only blinded my mind. Now the throne feels colder than the grave I fear. Cheers I once craved have all disappeared. The empire I built is a castle of sand, slipping away from these trembling hands. I traded my soul for the weight of stone, sat at the table, yet dined alone. The wine turned bitter, the feast grew stale. Every victory tasted like a veil. I wore the crown, but it burned my head. A circle of fire for the living dead. And now I stand on the ruins I made, asking myself if it was worth the trade. The mirror shows a king, but the man is gone. The crown is heavy, but the heart's undone. Ashes of a broken crown fall through my hands. All the riches in the world can't help me stand. I gained the world, but I lost my soul. Now the ashes remind me what I can't control. If I could go back, I'd choose love instead. The warm embrace overpowers dread. I'd trade the throne for a simple life, for laughter at dusk, for a faithful wife. But regret is a fire that burns too late, and the ashes I carry are the proof of fate. The crown that I wanted has turned me down. I'm just a ghost with a broken crown. The mirror shows a king, but the man is gone. The crown is heavy, but the heart's undone. Ashes of a broken crown fall through my hands. All the riches in the world can't help me stand. I gained the world, but I lost my soul. Now the ashes remind me what I can't control. What's a crown but a circle of flame, if it leaves you alone with no one to blame? Ashes of a broken crown fall through my hand. Truth is the treasure I now understand. Ashes of a broken crown fall through my hands. Truth is the treasure I now understand. I gained the world, but I lost my soul. Now I'm breaking free from what I can't control. The sun sinks low, the shadows grow. A weary man walks the road. He knows the dust on his boots, the scars on his face tell the battles fought of a long, hard race. He kneels by the field where the wild grass sways, whispers a prayer for the fleeting days. Not for glory, not for gold, but for love and peace as the night takes hold. The nights were long. He carried burdens, but he carried songs. Every tear he shed, carving rivers deep. Every vow he kept was a soul to keep. Now the dust paints fire on the open land, and he lifts his heart with trembling hands. The silence listens, the heavens hear. A final prayer rings strong and clear. Not a cry for mercy, not a cry for more, but thanks for the life he was fighting for. This is the last prayer at dusk, my friend. A voice that rises where the earth will end. A soul unbroken, a fire still strong, even at twilight. The heart beats on. Faces, the love, the pain, the children laughing in the summer rain. He remembers the loss, the graves, the cost, but knows in his heart nothing's truly lost. For every scar is a map of grace, for every shadow a brighter place. And as the night folds the sky in black, he finds his soul will not turn back. Not a cry for mercy, not a cry for more, but thanks for the life he was fighting for. This is the last prayer at dusk, my friend. A voice that rises where the earth will end. A soul unbroken, a fire still strong, even at twilight. The heart beats And when the stars awaken the sky, he knows the spirit will never die. This is the last prayer at dusk, my friend, but the song keeps echoing without end. For in the silence, for all who roam, the heart remembers and finds its home.